Have you ever felt the sting of being excluded? Or maybe you were the one doing the excluding, only to feel the heavy weight of regret later? There's a wound many of us carry, a silent wound we rarely speak of, but feel deeply. It's called the sister wound. This wound isn't just about one moment of pain or one relationship gone wrong. It's a pattern, a cycle, a legacy we've inherited from generations of women before us. The sister wound isn't something you chose. It's something you inherited, born from a society that has pitted women against each other for centuries. And while it's not our fault, it is our responsibility to heal it. Because when we do, we create something extraordinary. And I call that sacred sistership. The sister wound is a deep-seated pattern of competition, mistrust, and disconnection among women. It's the part of us that judges another woman's success as a threat, the part that feels unworthy in the presence of someone else's brilliance, the part that hesitates to trust, to share, to open up. This wound didn't come out of nowhere. For centuries, women have been taught to compete for survival, for resources, for approval. We've been told that there's only room for one of us at the table, that another woman's gain is our loss. It's a wound that whispers, "You're not enough," and shouts, "She's better than you." It's insidious, and it keeps us disconnected, not only from each other, but from our own power. But here's the truth. The sister wound isn't who you are. It's what you learned. And what you've learned, you can unlearn. So imagine this. A world where women don't see each other as competition, but as allies. A world where your vulnerability is met with compassion, your wins are celebrated, and your struggles are supported. This is sacred sistership. Sacred sistership isn't just about friendship. It's about intentional connection rooted in trust, love, and mutual growth. In sacred sistership, there is no competition. There's collaboration. There's no judgment. There's acceptance. And your power is not a threat. It's a source of inspiration. When we heal the sister wound, we don't just change our relationships with other women. We change our relationship with ourselves. We stop seeing ourselves through the lens of comparison and start seeing ourselves as enough, just as we are. Now, let me take you back to 2010. I had just created my first 12-week circle. And for the first time, I experienced what sacred sistership could really feel like. The trust, the connection, the joy. It was everything I've been searching for. And then I made a mistake. One of the women in that circle became a close friend. Let's call her Anne. But when my business partner and I decided to form another circle, we didn't invite her. Not only that, but we invited one of Anne's best friends, let's call her Beth, and told Beth to keep it a secret. Of course, Anne found out. She was hurt, betrayed. And there was nothing I could do, nothing I can say to repair the damage I'd done. That was my first real taste of the sister wound. Not as a victim, but as a perpetrator. It wasn't the first time I'd played out this pattern. As a child, I locked another girl in the bathroom to fit in with the cool girls. It was cruel, and I knew it even then. But in that moment, I was acting out the archetype of the mean girl, trying to secure my place in the hierarchy. The sister wound is insidious. It gets the best of us, but it doesn't have to define us. That experience with Anne planted a seed of commitment in my soul. I vowed to heal my sister wounds and to create spaces where other women could do the same. Because here's the thing, the sister wound doesn't just disappear, it shows up again and again. It whispers in your ear when another woman gets the promotion you wanted. It tightens your chest when a friend shines in a way you feel you can't. But when you decide to heal, something shifts. You start to recognize the patterns. You see the ways you've been conditioned to compete, to judge, to distrust, and you make a different choice. You choose connection over comparison, support over judgment, love over fear. Healing the sister wound is not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about creating a new way of being with yourself and with other women. When you heal the sister wound, something incredible happens. You stop seeing other women as threats and start seeing them as allies. You stop judging yourself so harshly. You begin to experience the kind of connection that reminds you of your worth, your power, and your place in the world. Healing this wound doesn't mean the triggers go away forever. It means they no longer control you. When the sister wound arises, you meet it with awareness. You lean into the discomfort instead of running from it. And over time, you create a new way of relating to the women in your life. A way rooted in trust, compassion, and collaboration. This is the power of sacred sistership. This isn't just personal work, it's collective healing. The sister wound isn't just about you or me, it's about generations of women who were taught to compete instead of collaborate, to judge instead of support, to tear down instead of build up. When we heal the sister wound, we disrupt that cycle. We show the next generation what's possible. A world where women lift each other up, where we celebrate each other's wins, where we build something extraordinary together. This is the power of sacred sistership. And it starts with you. And it ripples out into the world. So, if you've ever felt the sting of the sister wound, know this: you're not alone. You're not broken. And you have the power to heal, not just for yourself, but for every woman who comes into your life. Together in sisterhood, we are stronger. Together, we can change the world.